Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the Risoux Forest. I thought that there was going to be a little bit left over there. What is he doing? Maybe there is a little tiny bit left over that's so minuscule that we can't even see it. That does happen sometimes. Like, it's actually there, but it's such a thin line that you can't physically see it. So we'll just follow him a minute and see if he puts the mowers down. If he does, it means that there's still a little bit left. Nope, he's just decided to leap out of the tractor as he was going along. He's like, nope, had enough of this. Just gonna jump out and run off. Don't like that. So what is the... There's various different flours that you can make from the... You have the mill, and so you can make flour from wheat, flour from rye... well, not rye, but yeah, so we'll take a look at those in a sec. Let's just get this one going. Lower that down. Hey, I said lower. There you go. Right, and this field here, I won't do. Well, I might come back and do a hedgerow on this field a bit later. I'm not going to do it at the moment because I'm not entirely sure this is the final size of the field that we're going to stick with. So we'll just run along here, along the very edge of what we've done so far. Wait, is my mower actually removing sticks and literally everything all the way along the edge here? Okay, that is so cool. It's going to be very interesting to see if it grows back as sticks, or if it grows back at all. That's obviously one of the updates with the map. That's one of the changes that he would have made, because he said that there was something about the crop, was it removable? I think he said something about the plants growing in the forest are now removable or something like that. So I'm wondering if that means like the mower is doing it. So you go over a really old rotten stick with a mower, it's just going to turn it into fine shreds, and so it would be quite a normal, realistic thing to do. Weeds, they're all disappearing, including the small weeds, and I'm assuming any mushrooms or anything else would as well. So that is apparently what's happening. We're getting rid of all of the weeds in the forest as well. So we'll see what happens when that grows back, ready for our second cut, and see if it does actually do that or not. Let's go on round again. So I've cut a little strip all the way around the edge of the field there. I went out a little bit further down this end. Now all of this grass, hoping we can go and tip into our hay dryer down there, and then that is what we'll be able to feed the cows as soon as it starts drying out. Now that's past number 2 right there. I'm going to bring it down a little bit like this, and then I'm going to press H there. I don't know if that's right. Yeah, I don't want that angle. That angle is wrong there, so I'm going to try and get a better angle on this. Let's try that, shall we? That actually will work. If it will stick with that angle, that's pretty much the one that I'm going to want. Right, will he be able to do the rest of the field like that, though? That's the big question. So let's see. I've only done sort of 1.5 times round. He'll turn around here, so we may have to just, watch him do a couple times forward and back. Might not be enough room to be turning in front of those hedges. I think there is, though. I think we have got enough room to be turning here, so he's fine with that bit. Lower down in there. The next one. And you can take off with a bush up across here. Lift out the front one. It's this bit here is whether or not he's going to go up far enough to turn around and take a full pass. It's just doing that weird bit that the mowers sometimes do. Okay, that's fine. And then you go all the way up. I'm hoping he should. Actually, he will, yeah, because I know I've got those two little trees sort of right against the edge of the field there. They're fine. And then he gets up to this point, turns around. Yes. Excellent. This is good news. Now, whether or not he'll be able to go and do the... Because you know what they're like when it comes to triangles. When they're working down the short side of a triangle, they don't tend to like it very much, do they? The hired help tends to get very peculiar ideas about what they should and shouldn't be doing. So far, so good, though. Let's just let him do that. So he's able to mow at 32k, which is pretty good, and that means that our forage wagon will also... Well, I think he does like 35, so he'll struggle to keep up with him a little bit, which is good. That's what we want. We want this one to be able to stay out in front. And then we can start buying some more cows. Actually, how many have we got right now? I've got one lot, I think, so far. I got 12, and I was saying... Right, so these are saying they're 2 months old. What's that going to do? Change of every season. Change of every season, I was going to buy 12, wasn't I? So, we're May at the moment, May, June. So it'll be next month that we buy more. So I got to remember that, because the other one, with pigs, it's every day. You buy pig, not every day, every month. You buy them every month. This one, it's every season. As long as I remember that, everything will be tickety-boo. But if I start to forget, then issues may arise. Right, okay, you can stay there and keep doing that, and you have done everything you need to do here for a second, so we will go racing off down this way. I will just gather up the outside round there. Down here like this, and we will go into that bit. Yeah. Gather up this outside round here, and I love how fast this goes. It's brilliant. You along like this, excellent. If I do all the way around, I mean, this is a big field. If we were doing this on more realistic gameplay so that we were driving slower, it would take quite a while to mow all of this field. And that's the one thing that I don't particularly like about, like... I mean, I like it about the gameplay. I like doing the gameplay, but when I'm trying to do a series, as soon as I start trying to go to bigger fields and stuff, very, very aware of how long it takes to do any job. And it sort of becomes a bit of a sticking point, because you've either got to just do hours and hours of gameplay without anybody seeing it, or you've got to, like, mix it up big time. And it's a bit difficult sometimes to try and get that balance. And so when you start increasing the size of your farm in order to sort of, you know, push everything up, it changes things. It changes things a lot. But anyway, we're doing this one. We've got, like, super fast speeds and everything like that, so we don't need to worry about it. Now, I did wonder about whether or not we should put a track in there. Let me just wait for this guy to come up through a second. So he's doing all right on this one. It's whether or not, he'll go up, he'll turn around, he'll come back. It's whether or not he's going to be able to cope with the idea of turning around and doing the last bit, or if he's going to say, nope, there's no field here anymore. I suspect we will have a case of no field here anymore, but we will wait and see. So I'm just going, yeah, that's fine there. So I'm going to go into here, because honestly, it just feels wrong to go and do this. Like, just bouncing in across there. So what we're going to want is we're going to want to come into this bit. So first we'll go with sculpting right there. Let's just do it like that. Just really big on this one. There. And that's just going to lower it down there a little bit. Okay. And then we go into painting. I got animal mud. I got dirt. I got a bit of cracked ground. Let's try some of this cracked ground. I haven't done anything with this yet. This is one of the new ones that we've got. It's quite a drastic one. But if I was to do some of this up through here like this, look. And we'll go into here. We'll get rid of this. Let's go with plants. Grass, like that. Let me just put a bit of grass there instead of those shrubs. Actually, I'll tell you what. We can just put shrubs back there and back on that side. So we've just got a line here. So then we want to go back to painting. Now, we'll take the cracked ground again. That a bit bigger again, like that. And then we'll go back down here. So that's kind of... Yeah, actually, you know what? I've got an idea for this. Make a track like this, look. Because we wouldn't be using this track in the winter. Right? This track is what we'd be using in the summer. So I'm sort of trying to reflect that in what I'm building here. So we've got that bit up to there, and then I'm going to make that a bit smaller there, and I'm just going to sort of spread out the mud here like this, just on the end here, like that. And then we're going to go with animal mud in here, and there's going to be some bits like that. So we got some splashes of mud going in here as well. In particular, just like some bits down this side, because that's the lower side of the hill. So we've got quite a bit of mud going on down here, like that. Let's get a bit more here, like that, and then, you know, a couple bits here. Right, so I'm sort of making this as a seasonal track. You wouldn't be using this track in the summer, in the winter, so that's why the ground is dried and cracked. In the winter, this one here would be impassable, just about. Because look at all the mud in there, so you can imagine what it'd be like when you get your winter rain coming in. I know in some parts of the world, some of you who watch, you don't necessarily have winter rain, you have winter snow, and large quantities of winter snow. And yes, whilst I appreciate that, I'm playing this sort of based loosely on... I know it's set in France, but I'm giving them pretty much the same climate as where I live, and so things are a little bit different here. I go with that one, and then change that one. So I'm going to put a few bits of grass here down the middle. Remember, this is the summer. You're not going to have a lot of grass down through the middle of this. But we've got like a couple of patches like that. Now we'll also... This here is like undergrowth for the forest, so we don't really want it like that. So that there, it would sort of be better if this was grass. And we'll intersperse that with some other stuff in a minute. I'll deal with that in just a moment. So we'll go there like that, and then let's bring that down and just put a bit of grass there like that. And we'll come out here and we'll just do that there. Okay, so this just kind of grassed over, and then we'll go here like this, and they're quite uniform, these bushes, if you do too big an area with it, which does look a little bit odd, admittedly. So you kind of got to mix it up a little bit and just do random bits. Interestingly, well, interesting to me, it may not be interesting to you, if you do something genuinely random, most people don't look at it and think, oh, that's random. Most people look at it and they think, oh, that's not random. Look, see, there's bits there and that doesn't look very random. In order to actually genuinely appear random to people, you've got to carefully cater it and make it absolutely not random. Which, yeah, that's always interested me. It's like, in order to make something look random, it can't actually be random. So there is our summer track. Now, it's a little bit muddy down here in the summer, so it's a really soft patch of ground. Basically, we got like a spring or something that's just coming up through there, and it makes everything really muddy here. But we can get through in the summer because the spring mostly dries up. In the winter, you ain't getting through that track. Right, you ain't going through there. That ain't happening, sunshine. Let's bring you in round here. Very carefully. Hopefully I can tip... Yes! Start overloading grass. Little bit of a tight squeeze in there, but it works. That's the important thing. We'll just ignore the fact that it's utterly destroyed the roof in there. We'll just pretend that bit didn't happen. And if we take a quick look in here, now we've got the grass dryer right there. We've got 3,400 hay. We've got 83,000 going in. It does 16,000 grass into 16,000 hay every... Is it every cycle? I mean, that's already cycled a bit there. So I don't know if that's a cycle that we're seeing each time or what, but it's definitely cycling it through. So that's the main thing. It is working. We have got that working. That's doing really nicely. We've got our track here. I like this track. I'm quite pleased with this. This looks good here. We got that bit of sort of rough ground over there. It's all overgrown shrubs and everything. So if we want to expand the farm a bit more, we will want to expand the farm. We want to put silos in that when we start moving into arable cropping and things like that. We've got that all there available. So let's get started going back on round the field again. I'll probably be able to get everything in the field now into this one. Now, we're not going to be turning any of this into silage this time. We will turn everything we get out of this field into hay this time. Next time, depending on what the hay situation is like, I can't imagine that we're going to need to do a second cut as hay this year. So the second cut this year will go into the silage silo, and then we can sell that during the winter. So, I mean, with the extra that we've got in this field, we could end up selling almost as much as we've sold in previous years anyway. I don't think there's going to be too much of an issue. Bring you over here like that. Now, I'm just going... Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up round there. We do have a bit of a tight turn to do on the end of each row here, but that can't be helped. So I'm just going to sit you there a second, and... Oh, you're still going. My apologies, I thought you weren't still going. So we'll leave him to keep on going, and we will do this. Once that one finishes, I should have looked in the top left-hand corner. There was a bit of a clue up there, wasn't there? Once that one finishes, we will quickly change over the mower and put the fertilizer spinner on, and then get that one out into the field and start doing that as well. Get that job finished, and then... That's it, then. Let's turn the speed up here. We'll put this on 5 times speed for a minute. I may want to go a bit higher than that later, but now 5 times would be about right, I should think. And we will... Yeah, I won't do any landscaping for the rest of the day today. And then next month, in June, we'll want to buy more cows to start off with. And then we will want to sell the furniture at some point during the day so that we make a vast sum of money. And then we've got to decide what we're going to spend all of that money on. Now, there's more land that we want to buy. There's other things that we want to buy. We're going to want to buy like another dwelling or something. So, I mean, we could turn all of that money into more houses for rent this time round. I probably was talking about getting some machinery, which I've now forgotten all about. I have no idea which ones I was talking about buying. So, yeah, there's probably those that I was going to buy and then forgot. I know the crone grass, the crone mower, is it the Big M, I think it's called? I definitely want to get that one. That one is quite high on my list of things that I would like. Sure what else I want to get. Right, you can now stop, and you have finished. Right, that is everything done. There is a little tiny bit right there. Let's take that bit out, shall we? There we go. We got that bit, and then if we come on round, there's another such a bit right there. I don't know if there's one down. I don't think there's one down here. We already cleaned that up. You know what? I don't care if there is. I'm not going to do it. So let's fold this up. This can go back into the shed. We can go and get the fertilizer spinner on. I like these mowers. There is actually a mower that I was looking at that I thought would be pretty cool to try out, because I haven't actually tried that mower. So if you go into here, we've got sort of the standard ones. So there's this one here, which is a front-mounted mower, but it leaves it out. It doesn't leave it into a windrow, which the only downside to that one, you'd have to windrow that one up. The only way I could think of doing that would be... Actually, there is a way to do that. But anyway, so we can do this one. You got work mode with a collector on as well, and this is like a really, really wide one. This is 12.3 meters wide, and you have that one on the front. It's an expensive combination. 12.3 meters wide, that one is. And then if we go into the mowers in here, we've got that one. This one is only 10 meters wide. So this one's actually narrower than that other combination one, the trailed one, which is interesting. Oh, that's the Stevie version. So, I mean, that one will cruise along at a fair old pace. I mean, it cruises along at a fair old pace anyway. So, the base game one does 25k, whereas that other one, what does that do? That one does 22k. So, the Crone is a little bit faster. That's what you end up with. So, then we've got these here. Now, these are edited by Stevie, but I don't think you've got it so that it will leave the grass into a windrow. Now this goes on the front. So you put this one goes. This is a front-mounted machine, right? It's a very wide cut for a front-mounted. I mean, it's 7 meters. That is a fair width. It's not huge, but it's still a fair width. So if you've got that one on 7 meters wide, and then you've got a collector on the back. Now, as far as balers are concerned, you can sort of combine the two together, and you could put this one on here, because this one's got... Actually, it doesn't say how wide the pickup is on this one, but you've got this nice wide pickup on it, right there. So you can kind of have the two of them together. You could put the front-mounted mower on, you could put this one on the back, and then you can have a hired help doing the baling, which is a great combination. I really like doing that. I like the idea of that. There isn't one for forage wagon, though. And that's what I'd like. I mean, I'd kind of like to try that one at some point. But there isn't a forage wagon with that kind of pickup system. So what I was thinking is whether or not we could do mowing and have the hired help doing the mowing. And then we go to... Where are they? Windrowers in here. And you get a front-mounted windrower. And there's a couple of options. We have used these before. This one. That's 10.3 meters. That one's 6 meters. This one. That goes on the front of the tractor. Put that bad boy on the front of the tractor right there. We can increase the working speed. 28 we can get to. So we got a 28k working speed on that one. That goes on the front. The forage wagon goes on the back. And we've got a nice 10 meter width that we're gathering up. And then we're sort of working alongside that front-mounted mower right there. The only issue I got is I'd just like this one to be able to sort of leave it all in a single windrow. That would make life easier, wouldn't it? It would definitely make life a bit easier. Anyway, that's just kind of something that I was pondering whether or not we would do, or whether we would try this setup. I'm going to try that setup first, because of the width on it. I don't know if we got a Stevie, but is that a mod? That's not a mod, so Stevie may have done a variation of that one. Has Stevie done a variation of that one? No, he hasn't. I don't have a Stevie version of that one. I don't actually need a Stevie version of that one. I mean, you may have done one now. There may be an updated one somewhere, but I mean, we've got that one as a The Stevie version. What's he done here? Oh, I see. He's altered the speed on that. But no, we don't actually need it because we've got the working speed thing. So we can at least boost this one all the way up to 31, 30, 32. We can have that one at 32. Plus, we've also got the collector on there as well. And that should leave everything in a neat and tidy line. And that's maybe that's what we'll spend some money on. I do want to, like, get another house. Like, we've got our houses, we've got them decorated, so we're going to want more houses. I'm thinking a block of flats this time round. And we can sort of lay those out. We're going to want to put some road down for them and things like that. But maybe we should leave doing the houses for a season and focus on some farming for a season. So we'll use that money for upgrading the mowers. I don't know what else we want to upgrade. Maybe we can work on expanding a field. And oh, you need to, yeah, we just have to do it like that, don't we? Remember now. So many options. So many different things to do. I mean, yes, the idea is that we build a city. So this series does involve a lot of landscaping. Well, I don't know about city, but town, certainly. So, I mean, that's the whole idea of the series. We're building a town. So, yes, that there is going to be a lot of landscaping going on in this series. That's just something that will be happening. The arable cropping, whether or not we go and do that. Some people said that once I finish this series, they would actually like to see me doing a series where I concentrate on using the absolute biggest machinery that we can find. I'm not quite sure how I will set up and do such a series, but yeah, I'm quite game to give that one a go if that's what you really want me to do. Let's just... No, you've got to go that way. There, that would be the angle I need you to work. So you go and do that, and we will go back over here. Keep going with this. Shouldn't take long to finish this field now. I mean, it's not going to be that much wider of a cut than what we're doing right now. We've got he does do quite a wide cut on the field at the moment, doesn't he? With what we've got here, but I mean, bigger still. I can cope with that. I think this is going to be about the limit of the size of this field. I mean, maybe we'll take out a few more trees up on this side because this field is triangle shaped, and I don't necessarily want triangle shaped. So bring that around there. Yeah, if I take out some of these trees here and make it less triangle shaped, I think that's going to work out a bit better for us. So we'll probably try and do that. Just expand this field out a little bit more than what it is. And then arable. We want to start thinking about arable. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.